Yes, what does seeking the kingdom of God mean? So we're gonna read some definitions, and I wonder if you guys have anything to say. Let's go to this one. Seek first the kingdom of God. What does that mean? Not reading all through this, but uh, because we know the statement was found in Matthew 6:33. Um, and the verses 19 through 21, he warned about the seeking treasures on earth. They are temporary and will be lost one way or another. Our treasure is in heaven. Do not trade that for any amount of wealth on earth. Second, in verses 22 through 24, we find a warning against trying to pursue both earthly and heavenly things. One will dominate the other. Wow. So we should fully seek the heavenly things, because that will dominate everything else. Because if we seek both, then maybe most likely the earthly things will dominate the heavenly. One will dominate the other, and trying to hold on to the worldly things while serving God cannot be done. Third, in verse 25 to 32, we are even warned about stressing over material necessities like food, clothing, and housing. Excessive concern even in these areas will draw us away from God. Don't worry, God will provide. Yep, that's true. Because imagine, we used to be thinking about like all these things, all these apprehensive thoughts of why that can't happen, why I can't pay this bill, why it's gonna be tough to do this and that. How am I gonna do it? I mean, where's it gonna come from? I mean, like, this is just no way. That's how our brain be like when we really play on our own downfall and our own thoughts. Man, our brain will drive us nuts, and that's why that will drive you away from God. That brings us to verse 33. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. But in contrast to materialistic treasure seeking, comprising allegiance to God and money, and anxious fretting over the things of this life, seek first the kingdom of God. A command to seek first is not talking about chronologically order. Do the spiritual thing first, then you seek the other. No. First means first place. Give precedence, priority, and preeminence to seeking the kingdom of God. So we are seeking first the kingdom in every moment, every day of every year. Yep. It never stops. We keep on seeking because this kingdom is deep. You can't stop seeking it. That's how much this kingdom is. And it means seeking the rule of God. God rules in his kingdom, and we are seeking that kingdom. Seeking God's rule is to seek righteousness, because his rule leads to righteousness. So seeking God's rules, regulations, that leads to righteousness. Seeking to be first with God takes precedence over every other interest or inclination. Seeking to be right with God takes precedence over every other interest and inclination. Nothing else matters. The promise is that if we seek first the kingdom of God, everything else falls into place farther down the list of concerns. And that's true. Don Bunting. Credits to Don Bunting for this article, and I totally agree. And amazing. And this was August 20th, 2021. So that is how we seek the kingdom. And I can agree 1,000%. You heard my comments. So what do you think? Are you seeking first the kingdom, or are you doing both? I believe I'm still on my journey to become better at seeking, so we all can improve, and we all should just take it day by day and don't think too far ahead, but think ahead for the future, but don't think too far ahead of the moment. And thank you for coming to my talk. JC Talks. I'm out.